or welcome back. We are continuing with our series on tarot messages by human design profile. So if you're here, you are an opportunist investigator for one profile, or you're curious and you have no clue what your profile is. If you don't know, there is a link in the description below where you can get your profile. All of a sudden I'm like, I can't find words. I apologize. I'll get it together. I promise. Maybe. Honestly, who knows? We'll see how it goes. But anyway, you'll need the same information you need for your natal chart. So your birth date, time, and location. Human design is a bit more sensitive as far as time goes. So you would want to try to get that as accurate as possible, because there are certain aspects that could possibly change in your chart based on the time. It may or may not. Like for me, on the day that I was born, it didn't matter what time. I was going to be a 5/1 manifesting generator. But I have seen other charts where it changes the type and or the profile. So if you don't know what time you are born, maybe you have an intuition about it. I truly believe in that. You can use a time correlated to that time of day. Maybe you've heard throughout your life that you were born during a certain time of day. Again, you can use a time correlated to that time of day. You can also play around with it. You know, like I said, like for me, it wouldn't have mattered. You know, some of the gates would have been different, but type and profile were going to be the same. So you can just kind of play around with that. If you want, you can certainly use noon if all else fails. So once you put in your information, you'll get something that looks like this without, of course, all of the notes. It is your body graph. This is your design, unique to you. You'll see your type, definition, strategy, profile, inner authority, not self-theme, and your incarnation cross. So of course, for the purposes of these videos, we're going to be using your profile, but your strategy and authority, you'll hear that a lot through the world of human design, because that is the thing that almost kind of helps you navigate your environment. It helps you decide what experiences, situations, things are correct for you to get involved in or not. And then your profile kind of helps you, this is the way that I see it anyway, but it helps you understand your relation to other people and kind of how you navigate that side of things. But, you know, the beautiful thing about human design is that everything works together. So definitely take a look at your strategy and authority. There's a ton of amazing information on YouTube. If you just Google it, you'll find a lot of information out there on anything really related to your profile, or excuse me, your design. So we're finishing up reading about the profiles in the definitive book of human design. We began like 2 readings ago, reading up the background. Last time we read the personal, and this time we'll finish with the interpersonal, and then of course we'll get to the tarot message. So it says, life and people are a real education for opportunist investigators, as they learn through interaction that not everyone sees the world as black and white or right and wrong like they do. They get a rude awakening into the ways of the world, which makes them somewhat vulnerable and prone to heartache. 4/1s learn through these experiences, however, and their fixed fate keeps them moving forward. It is important to stay above the fray, and in addition to their broader network, they need a trusted circle of close friends and confidants who provide unconditional, loving support without resistance. Opportunist investigators enjoy the study of human behavior and may enjoy investigating some form of psychology, sociology, astrology, or human design. That scared me. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. Here he comes. In order to get a good start in life, education and a solid, secure home life are very important for a 4-1 child. They need to be encouraged and provided with the opportunity to study what they love and enjoy. For relationships to work for a 4-1, they must be built on a foundation of friendship and integrity, as the bonding strategy is brotherhood, sisterhood, or friends first, and then intimacy. The other, who is in a relationship with an opportunist investigator, will need to do the adapting. 4-1s can be the most loyal and generous of friends, but they cannot be in relationships where they are resisted or where there is a lack of trust or loyalty. It is best to be completely honest and transparent with 4-1 profiles, because built into the 4th line is the abdicator. If they are resisted, they will move on to find someone else who wants what they have. If you argue with a 4-1 profile, they will politely nod their head while steadfastly and quietly holding on to their own truth deep inside. It is very difficult to change the mind of a 4-1. It is very difficult to change the mind of a 4-1. However, it can be done if you substantiate your points with good, solid facts. Very interesting. I was looking down here earlier. Barbara Walters, Bette Midler, Buzz Aldrin, Gianni Versace, Louis Vuitton. Like, interesting. A couple big fashion people there. Yeah, I was just looking. I thought I remembered. The last time with the 4-1 profile, it's looking at your personality, which is the left or the right side. I'm pointing to the right and I say left. Looking at your sun and earth gates. And, you know, that would give you some information on what may be an area of interest to investigate. I know that was mentioned, I think, last week. So I'm curious if anybody's done that. And if that's rang any bells. But the 4-1 profiles are called the unicorns. Because if you guys, like, there's only 2% of the population that has your profile. And the incarnation crosses would be the juxtaposition cross of whatever it is, you know. So, I mean, it would be, again, I can't remember how many of the juxtaposition crosses there are. I feel like it's like tucked away in my brain somewhere. But otherwise, you know, other people would have a left angle or a right angle cross. And too, I'm curious, you know, because it says that, I mean, like it was saying, it's hard to change the mind of a 4-1 profile. I was just saying this to one of the other, it doesn't matter which one it was, but you know, one of the things about human design, which is one of many reasons that I stuck around, is because there is this level of validation. Like, you know, there's kind of these inherent qualities. And even, you know, my profile, I have a 5-1 profile. And reading about my profile, that's the reason why I continued with human design. Like, I just felt validated and seen. That didn't necessarily mean that like I was necessarily excited about having that profile. And part of the reason why I was even checking to see if, I mean, I asked my mom if my time of birth could have been wrong, but that was before I just kind of started putting in different times of day to see if my profile would have changed, and it didn't. So it's not to say that, you know, it's very, very much exciting, like, or that you're gonna love the idea of what your profile means, but like I said, like, it did very much validate my experience. Whereas, you know, I never really had that before. So, you know, like if maybe you've been told that you are unmoving or that it's hard to change your mind, maybe you know that about yourself, you know. We are just shuffling, of course, a million times, getting these all worked in. We're asking for a message for our 4-1 opportunist investigators. That's the King of Wands. And that, like, when I was pre-shuffling, I kept seeing him too. So we'll see. We'll see if he comes out. We're getting there. All right. I was gonna laugh if that was the King of Wands. Watch it not even come out. And he didn't even come out. Let's see. I don't even know where. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. Okay. Just kind of funny. Okay. Okay. So we'll go through each one of these cards, of course. I was just sitting here staring at them for a minute or a second. I don't know how long that was. And then I realized it was recording. So we start with the 7 of Cups here. And the 7 of Cups, well, first of all, it's interesting. All of these are cups. There's 2 wands here, but also, which is fire. And we have the Emperor, which is Aries, or Mars, which is also fire. And then we have air with the star here. So it's interesting to me. You know, cups have to do with our emotions, the emotional body, how we feel about things. How experiences has shaped how we feel about things. And wands, or fire, you know, that's action, communication, desire, passion, creativity. I see them as being information cards also. Like either receiving or giving information. So we start with the 7 of Cups here. And the 7 of Cups talks about options, but it's going through your options. you know, I mean, this person has, you know, there's a bit of a contemplation type of energy going on here. Almost not wanting to, like, I get this feeling of not wanting to pick the wrong thing. But also, it's like you almost have to turn over all of these cups to even see if they have anything to offer you or not. And, you know, after the Seven of Cups is the Eight of Cups, of course, right? And that talks about leaving something behind, like you're walking away from things. And that's because you have explored every cup. And, you know, the Eight of Cups starts walking towards the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, purpose, you know, contentment. So coming back to the Seven of Cups here, it's like, it's I get this feeling of it's a waste of time to just sit here and be like, and be almost like indecisive, or be in this energy of any, mini, miny, mo. Like, just pick a cup and see what happens. Like, see how you feel about it. And if it feels good, great, right? It's your cup. Explore it a little longer. If it doesn't feel good, then pour it out, flip it back over, whatever, you know, whatever it is. But the Seven of Cups also generally talks about, you know, like I said, options. It's a little daydreamy too. But that's not really like the energy that's in this card. There could even be a bit of strategy going on here. Maybe you're just like lining up your cups, you know, like trying to figure out how you want to line up your cups. And then we have the Eight of Wands. It's so funny because I just did a reading where similar, you know, kind of stuff was coming. I mean, the Eight of Wands was in the same position. This card was different, but it was the same. And like, this combination here tells me that there's a block of energy, like being in this energy of whatever this is, you know, like indecision, or not wanting to make the wrong decision, or over analyzing, not allowing yourself to even get clear about how, like, it's like you probably know, but conditioning or past experiences might be dictating what you decide to do, because it's like you don't want to deal with other people's shit, basically. So, you know, there's this block of, you know, when we talk about the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands is fast moving communication. We have these 8 wands all meeting in the middle, and there's like this explosion that happens here, right? So if we're in this energy of indecision, fear, but like fear based on old shit, right? It's that old stuff that's blocking this energy from coming in. And then we have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia and like reflection, reminiscing. We have this child and a puppy, and it looks like, you know, this would be the older version of this kid and the grown-up dog, right? Still wearing plaid. So again, you know, this would tell me that there's something from your past that, and especially since this, we go from the 7 to the 6 of Cups, so there's a regression, or of course the word is not you know the word. I hate when that happens. It's like right at the tip of my brain, but it is not coming down to my mouth. I want to say degradation, but that's not the right. Anyway, okay. You know the word. So we go from the 7 to the 6 of Cups. So it's like putting us back in this, you know, like our inner child is triggered as shit. Like we're back in this position of being in this place where, like I said, you know, you may know, and you probably do know what you want to do, what you want to pursue, what you want to look into, right? Or whatever the case may be. And a past experience, whenever that past was, this is generally going to talk about childhood. There may be something there that's triggering, and that would be blocking this flow of energy here. And it would also be because now we go from the 8 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. So we have a progression here. But this talks about battle, like, you know, you've been through some shit, but you're still standing. But also, you know, she's standing behind this fence that, I mean, you know, I could assume that it was created. It's like this barrier, or even like a boundary, or some sort of armor that you've put around yourself. And you protect the shit out of that. I mean, you know, like inner child stuff might just be something that you have maybe struggled to connect with. You know, the 9 of Wands says like you're almost there, you know, like take a break, but don't give up. This could even be needing to set boundaries. If your boundaries are a bit loose and that's why you're kind of stuck in this energy here, because too many people have opinions about what you're doing, right? But you're like, I already know what like I want to do, but I'm being influenced, or, and again, that would be out of conditioning. It could have to do with a mother figure. Because we're in this energy, right, of like, kind of being blocked a bit, maybe, kind of stuck in an old story even, just something that really kind of zapped you when you were a kid somewhere down the road. But it's like, we're moving through this energy and we come to this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and there's this surrender here. The Queen of Cups chose a cup, right? This is the cup that we knew we wanted to choose. But this, this is the actual cup here. And there's this level of surrender. Her eyes are closed. Just the posture and the energy of this card talks about surrender. When we talk about the queens embody the energy of the suit. So cups having to do with our emotions, right? We're clear in what makes us feel good, what we want to go towards, because it does feel good, right? I mean, there's the level of compassion and empathy that comes along with the Queen of Cups, but it's like, they're able to give that to themselves first. But there's also, an empath quality, psychic ability, intuition. That could be something that you may be just reconnecting to. And then we have the Emperor down here. And the Emperor is confident. And frankly, nobody's going to tell the Emperor shit. I mean, he's sitting on Mars. There's a chess board here. He's holding a chess piece. Looking forward, right? There's this confidence that comes with the Emperor. And like I said, with all these cups up here, all this fire down here, it's getting clear in how you feel about the thing and then deciding to go for it, because that's an Emperor. The Emperor is that divine masculine energy, not gender, just energy, where it's initiation, going for it, the motivation. You motivate yourself, right? Because like you're clear on the thing, how you feel about it, how you want to feel going forward. And so you're going to go for it. This is almost, really kind of getting grounded in that fixed energy. There's a level of like acceptance with that. And I love how the Emperor is, and I know it's just kind of the positioning of the cards, but they appear to be looking at the Star card here at the bottom of the deck. And the Star card, to me, I mean, generally it talks about having faith and hope and really trusting the process, right? I see it as being that space between the 3D world, where this figure is, and the 5D world, like the cosmos, right? And like just really kind of keeping a tethered line between the two. And this is very much trusting the process, but this is also, like really being grounded in understanding, like almost like why you're doing what you're doing. And even maybe for the first time, doing it because of your own inner knowing, not because somebody else told you to do something or societal blah, blah, blahs, or, right? Like you're doing it because it's like that innate, that inner thing that just tells you, you need to kind of head in this direction, or whatever the case may be. It's really like following your heart, because she's even holding this line like at her heart center, the heart chakra there. So this is, really finally, if even, right, like following your own heart. Beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles behind here. So that could even open up new opportunities. This could even be a change in job. It could be, like a different way of spending your time. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we make it, spend it, invest it, save it. It does with our time, how we spend our time. It's our physical body also, because, that's a 3D, this vessel that we're occupying. But this is, a new opportunity, something new roots here. Somebody could even be offering it to you. Or this is even just like your own quote unquote, like hands, metaphorically speaking, where it's like, you're digging up or even planting like your own seeds. We have the Queen of Wands here, which talks about, like I was saying, with all those wands, passion, creativity. I mean, look how excited the Queen of Wands is. There's a spark in her hand. Very exciting. And then we even have the Devil here. And the Devil is, it's kind of like there's this soul here that he's got on strings. And it's almost like he's handing it back to you. He's like handing back your soul. And this isn't necessary. This isn't, I'm getting this feeling of taking control back of your own life. Like the Devil doesn't necessarily have to be a specific person. It can be, it doesn't have to be, but it's really just that energy of, oh my gosh. I was just imagining a Horcrux. I will find a way to make a Harry Potter reference, that's for sure. But truly, right, though, it's taking back your energy, not in the bad way with, Voldemort and all that, not that way, but just how our energy gets stuck in different places throughout our lives based on the experience, like traumas, hurt, misunderstandings, all of that, right? Like our energy gets stuck in those moments of time. And, we kind of reach a point where we recognize that, something from our childhood, was left behind, or at least maybe is stuck in a moment of time. And we go back and we get it. I used to do meditations like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big process, but just saying, this has this energy of giving control back to you. And then, you know, finally almost being able to find some rest. Because that's the Four of Swords, is rest. And we have this heart down here that's been stitched up. And just finally being able to put your mind at ease. Beautiful. This definitely just feels like this like journey back to, there we go, sorry. This journey back to your path. But only you can do it, right? And it is going to take making that decision to do it for yourself, because you know it's what's right for you. And that's hard. But I'm here for you. You can do it. You have the Emperor here. You are the Emperor. You are going to do it. Absolutely. And I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.